I just realized I totally forgot to tell y'all that I am no longer living out of suitcases or sleeping on my friends' couches. I'm not fake homeless anymore. My bad for not telling y'all this sooner. I completely forgot, but I have a home base now. And to get y'all caught up, let's go ahead and cue the footage, shall we? Not tell y'all how excited I am to open these boxes. It's gonna be like Christmas because I have not seen this stuff since April 2023. Really March 2023 when I packed it up. And then I put it in storage and left Tulsa in April 2023. So I've not seen this stuff in over a year, almost 2 years. If you've been hanging around for a while, then you know that I set out on a journey in 2023 to significantly reduce my living expenses. My goal was to stay somewhere from either $0 to $500 a month. And my parents only charged me about $600 a month to stay here. And on top of that, Zayn moved in as well. I was covering her living expenses while she's in college. And between her rent, her groceries, her light bill, all that stuff, her living expenses were about $1,200 a month. And so I'm saving a lot by moving into this house. Let me tell you a little bit about this house. This house actually belonged to my great-grandmother. I lived here with her when I was about 4 years old. And after that, I spent a lot of weekends here. I spent Christmases here, Thanksgivings, all kinds of family holidays. So I pretty much grew up in this house, and it's really cool to get to live in it now. It's been in our family since the 70s. My granny started renting it in 1970, and maybe in the early mid 90s, my mom helped her buy the house through a program with the Urban League. The Urban League renovated the house, and it was really cool because it was her first time owning a home, and she was, gosh, I think she was in her 80s at the time. And the house looked completely different than it did when I was growing up here. So yeah, it's an older house and it doesn't look the way I would like for it to look just yet. Most of my furniture is at my Airbnb, so it's not quite where I would like for it to be. The other challenge is I'm not spending money right now. I'm getting out of debt, so I'm not spending any money on decorating the place either. So I'm glad I get to live here. It's super inexpensive, but it's also a little bit challenging living in a place that you don't necessarily aesthetically love. But I'm doing little things here and there to like get it to the point where I actually like buying this island. I put this island in it like my first month in here. So that was one of the little things that I did. And I'm almost out of debt. So I'll get to focus on doing more stuff around here, which I'm excited about. I do one day plan to rebuild this place. I plan to like knock the whole thing down and rebuild it. It's in a historically Black neighborhood in the city that is on the verges of gentrification. So I think that this neighborhood is going to look very different in the next 7 to 10 years. I give it 5 to 7 years, really. It's going to look very, very different. I am looking forward to kind of starting over, but preserving some of the things that still make this my great-grandmother's house. Like the brick columns outside and the steps that we used to sit on as kids. Actually, I already have a whole bunch of Pinterest boards for how I want this house to look. Sometimes I literally just stand outside and stare at the house and think about and envision what it will look like when I rebuild it one day. I feel very strongly that this is like our family home and this house should always stay in our family. I could have actually moved into the Airbnb and turned this into an Airbnb. I feel strongly that I should be here right now. I don't know how to explain that, but I want to be here where, you know, I partially grew up and where my granny lived. Oh yeah, that is the update on my living situation. I'm gonna make myself this lunch. It's basically leftover wonton soup and my favorite ramen. I'm just bringing those together. Wouldn't call this a healthy meal, but this is what I'm eating today. Anyway, I'm gonna finish my lunch. And since this is a life update, I'm gonna chat with you guys about what went well in October and what didn't go well in October. And then I'm actually gonna pull up my Notion board and walk you through my monthly planning process. So my planning process for November. We'll do that together in my Notion template after I eat my food in the microwave. Let's see if I can get this update for October done in 3 minutes, because these life updates are usually long. Let's see if I can consolidate it this time. So what went well in October was paying down debt. I am so excited by the progress that I've made in paying down debt. And I finally made it over a milestone. Like I'm over 50% done paying down debt. And so I have a little bit more to pay off in November and December, but it feels so good. Like I keep logging in to look at my credit card balances to like see how low they are. So this has been, I'm very, very, very proud of myself. If you don't know, I started the year with over $60,000 in consumer debt. This is a goal I've had for years. And I'm finally to the point where I'm actually checking this goal off. And I'm very excited about it. And I honestly had to make some serious mindset shifts. It was not about willpower and discipline. It was about shifting my mindset. I posted a video a couple of weeks ago about the mindset shifts that I had to take to actually reach this goal. I'm going to link that video in the description box. I will link it up here as well. You should check that video out. The other thing that went well is FAMU homecoming, of course. I mean, hold on, let me pull my jacket out. I bought this jacket during homecoming. If you a rattler, don't hate on me. Don't hate on me. Ooh. Homecoming is always a blast. I always have a great time at homecoming. It's something I just don't miss as a FAMU grad, but also as someone who grew up in Tallahassee and whose whole family worked at FAMU. And I'm the first college graduate in my family. So like homecoming is a big, big deal for me. And so I try to never miss homecoming. FAMU homecoming was so much fun. It's so special. Like I can't even put it into words how special it is, but it's enough joy and love and community to like last you for 12 months. So like, I'm good until the next homecoming. I would be happy to see my rattlers again, of course. But man, I am full. I am very, very full until the next homecoming. I also went to Afrotech for the very first time, which was dope. I had heard about Afrotech. I've been wanting to go for years. My boss agreed to pay for me to go. And it was pretty incredible. The connections that I made there. I met some people in person that I've been friends with online, like your girl recruiter cousin. I love her. She and I serve the same communities. She and I are very passionate about making sure that people, Black folks, Black women, people, but especially that group of people find great jobs in the tech space. For me, it's really about remote jobs, tech or non-tech. But generally, we want y'all to make good money, get great jobs and make good money. And so we've been really committed to that. And I love her. I adore her. And we've been trying to work together and meet for a while. So this was really cool to meet her in person. I also made some really great connections in general. I got to meet the Black female engineer, which was really cool. She's a Gen Zer, but I admire her so much. I started following her when she was around 10,000 followers. She basically, I forget what she used to do. She used to work in marketing or something, but she taught herself to code. She started taking coding boot camps and then started getting jobs as an engineer. And she's making really good money. And I love that she's teaching people and taking people along her journey. And she's so helpful. I love people that are committed to helping people. I got to meet her. I actually went to a creators meetup. And I was going to go introduce myself to her, but I stopped at a table to eat and was talking to this other woman who, it turns out, just got a role running influencer marketing at Microsoft. And I was like, oh, did I just stop at the right table? I'm a content creator. I would love to work with Microsoft. I asked her what product she works with, and she works with Azure, which is one of Microsoft's biggest products. And I was like, well, my content isn't a fit for this, but I know who would be. I was like, the Black female engineer. I was like, I pointed at her. I was like, I haven't met her, but I think you should meet her. Let's go talk to her because I think she would be this will be a great collaboration. So I went and introduced the two of them. And then later, me and Nyla got to talk, and she, kind of gave me some pointers on my content. So all that to say, I think from a connections perspective, it was incredible. Some of the content was really good, but I think most people feel that the best part of a conference like that is the connections. I will tell you, I was a little bit skeptical about going because I'm almost 50 and I'm like, this is for the kids. This is for the children. No, it's for everybody. And I'm very, very glad I went. I'm very, very glad I went. If you are, over 40, knocking on 50's door, over 50, and you feel like this isn't the place for you, I think it absolutely is the place for you. One, to make connections because there's other people just like you navigating these spaces. And then the other reason is so that you can stay on top of what the younger generation is learning and doing as well, so that you're plugged in and you're not getting left behind. So I just think that it doesn't matter what your age group is. It's really great to go. The other thing that went well is sticking to my workouts. My microwave beeped, so I'm clearly over 3 minutes. But sticking to my workouts this month was great. I did a really great job of making sure that I was working out all of October, even during Afrotech. I literally rented a place and meal prepped breakfast and lunch while I was at Afrotech. I did not get a hotel room. I didn't eat out a whole lot. I did eat out. But I was meal prepping. I meal prepped, and then I found a gym that was a short walk away. It was maybe a 13-minute walk away, which allowed me to get my steps in as well. And they had a week-long pass for $26. So I worked out 4 days a week at Afrotech, just like I did for the rest of the month. So yeah, that went really, really well. I'm gonna go grab my lunch out of the microwave and eat it, and then we'll talk about what did not go well in October. So good. I'm gonna give you my ramen tip. Don't ever cook ramen with water. Use broth from a soup or use chicken broth. All right, let me eat. Whew. I gobbled that food up so fast. It was really, really good. I love ramen. Even though I know it's not good for you, it's good for the soul. You know what I mean? It's good for the soul. I also got it all over my shirt. Wearing a white shirt while eating soup was just not a good idea, but I did it. It happened. Let's move on. What did not go well in October were two things that come to mind. One was practicing my Spanish. Yeah, I not saying I didn't practice at all, but I definitely fell off of my Spanish program and practice. And then my tutor and I didn't get to meet a few times because she was traveling, then I was traveling. It was a thing. It was a lot. So I'm honestly worried about passing my certification, which is in 2 weeks. It's literally week after next. And I don't feel ready for it at all. Anyway, that didn't go well. I really wish I had carved out more time. So I am being very, 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 very intentional about doing that now. The other thing that did not go well in October were like a lot of my smaller goals have been pushed to the wayside because I've locked in on 3 things, and that's working out, so fitness and health, paying down debt, and getting fluent in Spanish. Those are the things that I've been mostly focused on. But that means all of my other smaller goals or, other goals are just really falling by the wayside, like spending time with my family members. And I think I had a goal of, and we'll go through this in a minute when we go over my November plan, because I look at my goals for the year, spending quality time with a family member and getting my estate documents up to date. Like a lot of that stuff has just really fallen off because I've been so laser focused on these things. You know what? I can't even say that that's the reason, because there is time to do that. There is still time to do those things. It's just when I'm not focused on these things, I'm not focused on that either. So I'd say that's the only other thing that didn't go well. Overall, October was a great month. I think October treated me well. Libra season was good to me. Let's go through November. And what I'd like to do is bring you onto my computer and into my Notion template so that you can do my monthly planning with me. You cool with doing that? Okay, let's do it together. Come on. Okay, this is my home base, my Notion dashboard. It's got my word of the year. It's got a few little shortcuts and days left. I can't wait to rebuild this for next year. I'm so excited about the things that I've learned and seen in Notion that I can change. But I'm gonna go to where I do my monthly planning, and we're gonna plan November. So I have all my months here. Let's go into November. So I already put my beginning balance for my debt, which is my ending balance for debt from last year. It actually has changed as of the recording of this video. Beginning weight, I do like to put my beginning weight in here. Beginning weight for the month of November. And then these stats will be filled out later. I'm not gonna put my savings balance in there because I don't want y'all in my business like that. Like there's some things I keep to myself. Actually, really, it's just, this isn't my focus right now. This debt is my focus right now. So I'm gonna skip over that. The ending stats I put at the end of the year, and there's calculations that say how much it has changed. And then at the end of every month, I give each of my categories a score. So we're gonna move right into planning for the month, into the planning for the month section. First thing I like to do is complete some journal prompts. If I had to set a theme or a mantra for the month of November, what would it be? Ooh, what would it be? I feel like the theme is gonna be Hablo Español, because my certification exam is this month in 2 weeks. My main focus or priority, actually, I would put pass the Spanish exam, but my main focus and priority is to step up my nutrition and my nutrition game. Because part of the reason why I'm slow moving in weight is because I'm working out, but like my eating situation is very up and down. I like to put in a reminder here to say if I put in my beginning stats, which I did, stick to a meal plan. And then important dates this month. I like to put this in here as well. So my best friend's birthday is the 14th. Ooh. I do have a girls trip. My mom is getting an award on the 22nd. My exam is at the 21st. And my exam is on the 22nd. Obviously, Thanksgiving is a big day this month, but I'm not gonna put that in there because it's already on the calendar. So once I do that, one of the things that I try to do is make sure this stuff is on my calendar as well. Let me see if I can pull my calendar into this section. So this is my calendar. Let me go to the month. Monica's birthday is already in here. Girls' trip's already in here. Mom's award ceremony is already in here. Look at me on top of things. And let me put my A2 certification exam is 11/22. It's not an all-day thing though. It's from 8 a.m. to I think it's 2.5 hours to 10:30. But I'm also going to host a meetup that evening as well, so I need to put that in here. Chicago, Hablo Espanol meetup. So I'm going to host a meetup around 6 that day, 6 or 7 that day that I need to finish planning. So put that in the calendar too. Everything else was in the calendar. Look at me on top of my things. Oh, my sister's birthday. Ooh, and my parents' anniversary. I did not have that on my list, but it's on my calendar, thankfully. My sister's birthday and my parents' anniversary is the same day. Excellent. All right, so that's done. All right, calendar's been updated. I'm gonna have to create tasks around some of these. Like I need to send my sister a birthday present. I need to send my parents or order my parents an anniversary gift. So I need to keep that in mind as well. And then the other thing I do when I am reviewing or planning my month is review my goals. So I look at these goals and I'm like, okay, so what am I behind on, or what is upcoming that I need to include in my goals for this month, or my tasks, at least for this month? Update estate documents. I was supposed to have this done in August and I have not done it. So I am actually going to add a task for this month to at least go ahead and update my will and trust, because that's all that needs to be updated from a document standpoint. And then the only other thing I have to do is there's a page that I have with instructions for my daughter. So I need to update that too. Buy on rental property. I don't know if that's happening this year. So I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Like one of my goals was to buy a rental property this year, but the goal of getting out of debt has been front and center. And it is the thing that I'm most focused on. Also, if you watch my last life update, my credit score dropped. It dropped 80 points in that video, but it dropped 20 more points after that. So I lost 100 points on my credit score. And so I don't know that I can qualify for a home loan at this point. So this is not a top priority anymore. However, I am considering proposing a owner financed opportunity at the end of this year. So I was going to make this to cancel this goal, but I think I'm going to leave this here because I might actually be able to pull it off. We'll see. Pay off debt, baby. We are going and going. We're killing this. Contribute max to an IRA. I set this goal because I did not have a job, so I couldn't contribute to a 401k, but I am contributing the same amount to a 401k. So I'm going to call this done in December. It's due in December, but I don't have any actions to take on this because those deductions come out of my paycheck. Get my taxes up to date. I don't even want to talk about that one right now. I have been killing this goal. So this is on track. Get a therapist at risk. I feel like I've given up on I feel like I've given up on this at this point, but I need to pull it back in. And then finalized discussion with the doctor around HRT. If you were here for last month's update, this was a point of frustration for me, but thankfully this finally got finalized. I had a really great conversation. Actually, I had a virtual visit with a MIDI health person who gave me progesterone and estradiol. And then I met with my doctor here. Finally got to meet with my doctor here. And she was like, why don't you just try the progesterone for right now? Because you have a regular cycle. So we're not really concerned about those hormones. Just try the progesterone, take it at night because it'll help you sleep better. And I'll be honest, I fell off of taking my progesterone for a few days. And I noticed the last few days, it's been so hard for me to focus. It's been so hard for me to get out of bed. I've been fatigued super easily. I've been sleepy throughout the day. I took it last night. I feel so much better today. So the progesterone has definitely helped. And she talked about maybe either we can up my dose later or we can add testosterone. We'll figure it out. So very excited to actually call this. I'm going to call this complete. Let me click on this and change it to complete it. Because I think I can call it done. Post 8 YouTube videos a month. Moving on. Launch a digital planning product. I did that. I launched the Gold Bingo earlier this year and host a planning retreat. I wanted to host a planning retreat. We all come together and build our plans for 2026. I think I bit off more than I can chew with this one and I canceled that. I would love to do it next year though. Maybe I just do a planning meetup and not a whole retreat. We'll see. It could be a virtual meetup. Anyway. You guys know I canceled this one because I found out that you don't have to take each level and my Spanish instructor told me to take A2. So passing it, I should have put take it because pass it is beyond my, well, I guess it is not beyond my control. Anyway, it's scheduled. It's scheduled in a few weeks. Read a physical book per month. The struggle I am on. I don't know why it's so hard for me to read physical books. This goal has proven to be unrealistic for me. Visit 4 new countries. I have visited Madagascar and South Korea, and I have a flight to Belize next month that I may end up canceling. So this may only end up being 2 new countries. My problem is I visit the same countries over and over again very often. So I've been multiple places this year, but some of them are places that I've been already. Like I went to Thailand, I went to Vietnam. Like I've been to Thailand 3 times already. I've been to Vietnam before already. But yeah, I mean, I don't count countries necessarily. So I don't even know why I made this a goal, to be honest with you. My travel is usually opportunity-based, meaning that either someone is sending me somewhere or paying for me to go somewhere, or the travel gods aligned and a great opportunity or a great deal came up. So I don't think I'm going to set this kind of goal next year. Yeah. But anyway, I have visited 2 new countries this year, Madagascar and South Korea. Visit 1 family member per quarter. Nope. Spend face-to-face time with 2 friends per month. Baby, I be all in my friends' faces every month. So yeah, this is on track. And then take my mom on a Mother's Day trip. Dunzo. All right, so what goals do I need to focus on for this month that feel right and realistic? So I like to just make sure that my goals for the year are top of mind so that as I'm selling my goals for the month, they are, kind of in alignment. So finance goals. And also I'm gonna try not to set more than 2 goals for each category for the month. I think what I can commit to is file complete. I got way behind on my taxes. I feel like that's a whole different conversation, but let's do 2024 tax form. And then update will and trust. I'm not gonna set a goal around paying off debt because that's basically on autopilot already. I have a debt payoff schedule, plan, strategy that I'm just following. Like literally I made a payment yesterday, which is when I was supposed to make a payment. So I don't necessarily need to make that a goal. It's already happening. Health. Let's get this therapist. Let's just do it. Schedule an appointment with a therapist, okay? It don't even have to be the one, but try one out. You know what I'm saying? Follow meal plan at least 5 days per week for this month, at least 5 days a week. Career and business, create my goal journal planner. So I do content around planning goals for the year. I do it every year. And this year I actually want to create a companion planner to go with it. I already have it outlined and I have a few pages written, but I want to get this done this month so I can record the content and include it in there. All right, let's post 8 videos. I actually want to change that because I want to do 1 video per week. I'm going to update that goal. Post 4 YouTube videos. No, I'll say 8 because it could be 4 here and then 4 on and QC. Yeah, it could be 4 here and 4 there. Yeah, I like it. Development. So my only development goal was to pass the Spanish test. I'm going to put that the goal is to practice Spanish daily for at least 30 minutes. And I've done well so far this month. Lifestyle, read 1 physical book per month, visit 4 countries. We're not going to be able to do either of those. So I'm going to pick something else. I'm going to come back to that. Relationships. Like this is already done. I'm going to spend face-to-face time with 2 friends because I'm spending a weekend with my best friends. These 2 I have to think about. I think 1 is I'm going to try to phone a friend 3 times a week. So one of the things that I started doing is like calling friends while I go on my afternoon walk. And it's been pretty great because it's, it's opportunity for me to multitask. And it makes my walk, so I walk for an hour and it makes my walk feel like it goes by so much faster because I'm on the phone with my friends. So I'm going to do that, phone a friend 3 times a week. I want to do something romantic related, but the things that are coming to mind aren't things that I have control over, like going on a date. I am talking to a couple of guys. I don't want to set the goal of like, make sure you respond to them. Someone needs to make me do that though. I feel like I need to think about this relationships one. From a lifestyle perspective, I need to plan my New Year's Eve. Like, what am I going to do for New Year's Eve? And I need to plan my Spanish meetup. Boom. I need to do those 2 things. I don't know what this, I don't have to have a second one for the relationships. I'm not required to have 2. Why am I pressing this? Phone a friend 3 times a week is good enough. All right. So those are my goals for the month. Pretty straightforward. I already put the task to update my will and trust. Let me add another task to gather 2024 tax docs. Let's do that. And then we'll add another task. This is strange. This is not supposed to take me to a whole nother page when I go to type these. There we go. Gather my 2024 tax docs. I'll do that this weekend. I do that Sunday. It's complete tax form. So I'm going to give myself until, I'm out that weekend. I'll be in Chicago that weekend. I should do it before I go take this test. And it'll probably be easier to do it while we're out for Thanksgiving, actually. Okay, so I'm going to try to do it by the 29th. And then I'm going to submit tax form. Let's submit that bad boy. Mail it off. I need to mail it off. I have to mail it off on the 1st. Let's just get it done, Libria. Let's just freaking get it done. Narrow down 3 therapists. Schedule therapy appointment. I think I can actually do this today. Let me stop lollygagging. I can do this today. And then this I can do Tuesday. Follow my meal plan 5 days a week. I need to grocery shop. I already did the meal plan. I built the meal plan yesterday. Get groceries. And then meal prep. So I need to block time off of my calendar to meal prep Sunday. And then I will get groceries on Saturday. And the reason I'm putting this here is because I need to like block off time. I'm a person that like, if I don't write it down, if it's not on my calendar, it's probably not getting done. These will be on a different task list. Block off time for Spanish practice. I mean, I could do that right now, actually. Let's do that right now. All right, let me just go ahead and let me go to the week. And I'm gonna go to next week and I'm just gonna find like 30 minutes I can schedule every single day. Let's just do it at 9 o'clock. I feel like my brain is firing pretty well. Repeat every day. But just put it there every day of the week. Plan my New Year's Eve trip or activity. Plan my Spanish meetup. I'm actually gonna block some time for this today because I need to send out some invites. Work on Hablo Español party. And then New Year's Eve. Block time to plan New Year's Eve. I don't know if I'm going somewhere. One of my friends is talking about going to Brazil, but I think that ship has sailed. I just don't want to spend money. So I added those tasks that relate to my goals. I also need to add tasks that relate to some of the important events happening. So Monica's birthday, we're not doing gifts because we are going to be in town. Girls trip, I want to put together like a game for the girls trip. I'm going to do that by Wednesday before I leave. And then Valerie's birthday. I need to send my sister birthday gift. Order a B-Day gift for Valerie. Valerie! Her birthday is the 27th. So I need to order this by that Friday. And then my parents' anniversary. Order anniversary gifts for mis padres. Mis padres. Same day. Cool. All right, I think I have all my tasks for the month and the month is fully planned. I know what my beginning stats are that I'm tracking towards. I have a theme. My theme is Hablo Español. Hablo Español. I'm gonna be listening to Bad Bunny for the rest of this month. Also, my main focus and priority is nutrition. Nutrition. I need to like write it down somewhere. I know what my important dates are. I know what my goals are for the month. And I have all my tasks that I know I need to do. More will get added throughout each day as I plan my days. Thanks for hanging out for another life update. I hope November is a great month for y'all. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. I love all holidays, but Thanksgiving is actually my favorite. I don't see it as like a traditional Thanksgiving. I see this as almost like just a family holiday. I love cooking. I think cooking is such an act of love. B, I love that Thanksgiving has become like a key milestone for passing down family recipes. I think that's the biggest thing to me. Storytelling and cultural preservation through food is so important and such a beautiful tradition to me. And so for me, Thanksgiving really means cultural preservation through the passing down of family recipes and traditions. And then the other thing I like is this the family together time with a sense of just togetherness without any pressure of gift giving or gift receiving. Like there's no pressure or expectation of receiving gifts. Like it's truly just getting together, having a good time and eating good food. Like that is what I love about Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. Anyway, I hope you have a great November. Feel free to let me know what some of your goals for November are in the comments. I'd love to know what you guys are working towards. If you have a birthday or anniversary in November, happy birthday and happy anniversary. Thanks again for hanging out with me. I will see you in the next video.